Hey guys, this is Sellavin, and I'm sorry you haven't made a little bit of videos the last few days. It's because I have a hectic schedule now, because I've been taking classes, at night, so I won't be giving you as many videos as I should be on time. Alright, so I was already Heather was already awkward. Now it's just been stretched really thin. But I promise you, I'm gonna keep making videos. I'm gonna do my best, to rally them out and spread them as best I can. Anyway, hey, I'm gonna do episode 20 of Digimon Fusion Appli Monsters. Then I'm gonna do episode 21 later, like a second part episode. Anyway, let's get started. This episode is gonna be focused on Astra or Tenjiro Osaka. He is the one who using Musamon. Musamon is his partner. He's the one, and that's the Apptuber Astra. This episode is gonna be focused around him. Apparently his father, wants him to do some training far away at a temple in Kyoto. I think the thing is they practice what you call proper etiquette or whatever. Him being the heir to the Osaka family. Even though he's a famous Apptuber, he's the heir to the family, so he has to, be very diligent and work very hard, which is something you got to consider. He's what you call a tight position. When you think about it, I really understand how the kid is. One reason why he does it is because he has fun. However, he doesn't want to bring shame to his father. And things are even worse. Like for example, his father right now is in what you call not feeling so good in poor health. So he probably wants to do it a little bit because of his father. If his father has problems, and this is what his father asked for, he can't say no. I mean, every kid has to listen to their father, which is something you got to consider. However, hey, if he does this, that means leaving behind his friends and Haru and Kirin, and they will be able to face Leviathan, which is a big deal, Leviathan, and then the big thing. I mean, as an Appli driver, he has a destiny to fight this darkness that's coming, and if he's away, they won't be able to face it, So he tries to do his best, to understand the situation. We even get to see his mom. How she calls his mom Jenny. Like her mom's name Jenny. Apparently she was an English woman. She was once shopping for tea. Then she met her father at a tea shop, and they fell in love right away. And they got married, and she moved to Japan, and they had him. It's pretty funny. And the way she says English words, middle with Japanese, kind of reminds me of, if you guys watch Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, Dennis from Hans Macfield, he did English words along with Denise, and other characters do that as well. I really like that. She's what you call very lively and very free spirited. One of the reasons why he just asked Astra to call her mom instead of Jenny. However, she is still her mom. She's very free spirited. See. Astra is what you call in a big position. Like, he wants to continue to be an Apptuber and follow his dream, but he also wants to make sure that he puts his family, his needs before himself. Like, what you call, not bring shame to the family. So he's in a tough spot right now. No, so he even guys ask help, he uses a dream Applimon, Dreamon, Dreamon, tries to help him sleep, find what kind of dream he done. Of course, when he does, it's a big giant mess, things get a bit confusing, because he doesn't know what to do. He's in a tough spot, so he can't pick between being an Apptuber and being the successor, which is a big deal. Things are also very worrisome for him, because, his father, it's very important to him, and he wants to do what's best for his family, but he also wants to not give up on his dream. So he's watching a tough spot. Meanwhile, everybody is feeling some kind of weird phenomenon. Like, for example, records, certain medical records, files, things are being mixed up. How this little girl was compared to an old man. It was pretty funny. And she started crying. The doctor tried to make her feel better. It's a big deal. Apparently, there's something called Metamon. Metamon, it's a medical Applimon. And apparently, the same phenomenon happened to Astra's father, which makes it a pretty big deal. Astra, he's trying to struggle with what he should do, being the heir to the family, and trying to follow his dream. So Dreamon puts him through some kind of test. This test, he knocks him out. Uses some kind of hypnosis. He falls deep into sleep. It's like what you call war in his subconscious. Or she pick? She pick his father, who represents being successor, or she pick Musamon, who is, representing his dream as an Apptuber. He struggles, teeter-totter, on the edge, You can pretty much understand what I'm doing. Alright, so he tries to make a choice, but he realizes he can't just pick, he can't just be, so he makes a decision. Instead of choosing one or other, he chooses not to choose. Basically, he say, I can't choose between them. They're very important to me, This, and he falls, deep into the pit, and part of his dream. He wakes up and eventually tells him that you finally realize that you can, that this is a big moment like he was sent to him to test him to see he was ready for something like this, It's kind of similar to how Haru, when he went through his test, when his bond between him and Gachimon, when they were almost nearly destroyed in the last episode. Guys haven't watched that, go check it out, It's pretty good, Episode 19, one of the best, Seeing this, it's the same thing, He puts it to the test, so he decides to give Astra his power to help him, in the fight coming on ahead. Because this test was to see if he was ready for ultimate Appli fusion, just like Haru, Eventually they make their way to the fight and they confront Mediamon, and they confront, Medicmon, Mediamon and Dreamon fuse and become Entermon, which is an entertainment Dreamon, like before Musicmon used music and Mediamon was a combination of Ricomon and Mutamon, which makes him Mediamon. Now as Entermon, he's basically more evolved, He can use not only sound but all kinds of media and sounds, lighting and entertainment as his weapon, Eventually they defeat Medic, and it turns out that he's also one of the seven called Applimon, He's the one, and he's the one, he's number 6. That means there's one more that's left, Now they have 6 out of the 7 called Applimon. Just one more, and they'll be ready to be Datemon who open the digital gate and raise Leviathan, which is a pretty big deal. Now, Astra eventually confronts his parents. He tells them that he's not ready to leave. His father understands. He's ready. He said he'll talk to him in the future. I'm sure he's what you call. Sure he wants to follow his family's perspective and understand them, but he also wants to follow his dream. So right now he wants to be doing his best to be both a successor and an Apptuber. So he's not gonna just let this. So he's not what you call in a tough spot. He knows where his heart lies, and he's following his dreams. He's just not gonna pick, right away, which is something I understand. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed today's watch, comment, subscribe. Thank you. This is I just gave my latest review on Digimon Fusion Appli. This is part 1. Part 2 is gonna come later. Bye. I promise.